Welcome, Aries, Taurus. Hope everyone is doing great out there. This reading will be taking place from April 17th to the 23rd. Okay, so this reading is for your sun, moon, and rising. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe. Let's see what's going on with you, my friends. Best message, please, for Aries, Taurus. I'm starting to feel like there's something that you need to take a deeper look at. And take a reality check is coming out as well. So taking this reality check is just kind of standing back and saying, yes, there is something that's going on that I need to look thoroughly at. I need to look and see what's really going on within the situation. And I really do feel like there is something going on within you guys that is saying, you know, it might be perceived this way, but I need to really look at it from this point of view. You might even have this kind of dream world kind of attitude going on, or someone around you who's kind of got these rose-colored glasses on, and maybe you think, you know, like, I'm listening to what they're saying, but I need to step back for a second because, you know, I don't think that they're being very realistic about the situation. So there's definitely something that's going on that needs to take some kind of reality check and be looked at in a different way. Okay, let's see what else is coming out. Yeah, step into your power. This is going to allow you to really step into the power once you really get clear about the situation that's going on around you. There's a lot of interest. It feels interest. It's almost like there's something very interesting going on around you and something you're very interested in knowing. So, you know, I think that in a lot of ways, though, you're kind of keeping to yourself as much as possible during this time. Trying to really figure this out, what is really kind of down the road and how is this going to be set up and take place. So let's see. Might even with, you know, all of these, you know, you have this full moon with this first quarter. So you might even feel like with this first moon and this full moon kind of coming together, that there could be some, you know, really wanting to like tap into some kind of your psychic abilities or higher intuition to really try to figure things out, because it does feel, yeah, like things are not 100% really moving in the right place. Something is even stalled. It feels like whatever is going on around you, it's stalled. And I think that's just because you're kind of looking at this situation as, I don't know, if you're talking to somebody with rose-colored glasses, kind of like, what are you talking about? You know, so let's see. Yeah, it's almost like there's this almost, it's almost like you're so interested in something that you're actually kind of not passionate about this other situation. And I think it's because the other situation is in a stalled motion. If someone is giving you something that makes you think that this is kind of like rainbow dreams over here, you're not as passionate about that situation. So it doesn't make you really want to progress towards that situation. But it's also interesting, though, Aries, Taurus, because it's kind of got your attention in some ways that, you know, if I actually stood back and kind of looked at it and from this point of view, it could have some underlining value to it. It's just the way that they're saying something is not very realistic. Well, you know, talking about that, you know, we come across these things a lot too. It's almost like, well, you know, if you did this and you did that, you know, you could get this. Some of you, it even feels like there could have been some kind of pyramid scheme going on where it feels like, well, if I did plant all my seeds and all my money over here, it could work this way. But the way that the whole thing is set up, it's set up for disaster. So it makes you not 100% want to take, you know, any kind of flying risk towards this, but it's definitely some kind of interest that you might even feel like you want to kind of maybe step back, look at it and say, hey, you know what, if we did it this way, this could actually work. And that's really what's going on. It could even be a love relationship. Maybe the person that you're around seems like they're kind of wearing rose-colored glasses, and they're thinking, maybe we're gonna, skip town, go to Vegas, and get married, and you're like, no, that is not going to happen. We need to plan more. We need to, settle down, do something. Maybe there's something out there that they really want, but they're not thinking very well about the situation. So definitely you're going to have to step into your power to make things work. Beautiful Aries card coming out over here. These are both, the fire and earth situation going on over here. This is a Cap card, not a Taurus card, but it's still showing that by taking that reality check, you're putting your foot down to get yourself more grounded, where it feels like something else is very in dreamland. And yeah, you're not going to nurture the situation until you can figure out what they're really talking about. You see that there's potentials in this situation. It's just, not the way that it's presented. So yeah, somebody wants to argue their point with you that whatever is going on is exactly what it is. And you're saying it's not, right? It's really, truly not that way. So they do seem to be a little upset about the situation because you're not looking at it from their point of view. But it feels like you're not going to. You might, even start to kind of recluse a little bit from them as you're trying to work out this situation. Right? Because it looks like all of a sudden when you kind of are saying this is not working the way I think it should work, they get a little snappy, right? They're getting a little snappy because they really want you to see it their way. And you're saying that that's not reality. And that's really what it is. So there's a lot of knowledge and a lot of things that you're really looking at, really looking for the truths within the situation and really studying up on the situation. So it's really, if it's really the truth within the situation, the truth seems fragmented, or, there's more that you would like to know about before making any kind of action, especially if you're putting your money somewhere where they think it's a good idea and you're saying, no, 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 no. I think that they really do want you to make this leap of faith towards this situation, whether they're trying to sell you something or your loved one wants you to do this and because they think it's a great idea. But you're getting very smart about the situation as you're stepping into your power because, see, this over here allows all the clarity to come through and the communication. You're saying we don't really 100% understand what's going on within this situation or really get true communication through it. It's really kind of a bad deal. Right. And you know this, though, Aries Taurus, because you're saying there's not enough information to actually want to go do something. And it's saying it is very unsuccessful at this time. And, even the communication through this seems unsuccessful because, like I said, there's something hidden, there's something flawed, there's something's not quite right, or they're in Rainbow City over here, right? So they don't know what they're talking about. So literally one way or another. So, you don't want to do that because you're really looking for your own success and goals. You're saying that there is other successful things out here. If we can't figure this out and I can't figure this out, I am not making this move, right? Because I'm not going to take my success, my money, my, everything that I've put together for this situation. If it's not going to make me happy and do what it's supposed to do, and there's no success, then we're not moving. So it really is showing that there is not enough evidence, we're just going to say, to this situation. They're not giving you exactly what you want. If anything, they're giving you more heartache and making you think more than actually giving you what you need. So, whether, like I said, whether it's advice or understanding, they're not making you see the whole picture over here. There's too much hidden from light. This person really wants you to keep the faith. And maybe it was, maybe it's, a situation where they had lied or you believe that they had lied about a situation and they're kind of hiding it up, and kind of, I don't know, it just feels like it's kind of like the truth is folded. Like if I took a piece of paper, inside the paper it says the truth, but they keep folding it so much to where it becomes not real, right? It's like everything gets turned around. So, wherever the commitment is, if you feel like they're lied to you somehow and something's wrong, they're trying to keep this commitment alive. They're trying to keep the faith that you will see it their way. And it doesn't matter what the situation is. They want you to see it their way. They want you to be committed to the verities of what they are looking at. Like, so they're saying, can't you just commit and have faith that I know what I'm talking about over here, Aries, Taurus? And you're saying, hell no, I can't. And you can't. There's too much upside down. There's too much, there's too much hidden from the situation. But they definitely want you to hold tight and they want you to understand that they know what they're talking about. So they're holding tight to this we're just going to say the situation. They're not going to change it. But this makes you very upset. This is very upsetting for you. You're very upset about this situation because the more that you keep, trying to make them, you're taking your stand over here. And the more that you're kind of standing back, the more you're getting upset because they're not going to change. They're not going to see reality. They're not going to see that this is a bad idea about the situation. So it's kind of nerve-wracking. They don't see the loss that it could bring, because you're getting sad because you're saying, well, it's going to bring a lot of loss, and they're not willing to notice this loss. Absolutely not. So you're kind of taking their swords away at this time and kind of making them walk away because you're saying this isn't what it appears to be. So you're really taking the power, and there it is again, taking the power back away from them. They're not going to really like that. No. Then you're going to kind of cold shoulder the situation. And cold shouldering the situation would probably be the best thing in the end. Because look, you came to the conclusion you're not really finding anything out except for what you pretty much already have an understanding for. So it's kind of like my intuition says this, but don't worry, I'll go try to check this out and see what's going on. The more you're checking it out, the more they're getting upset. They want you to see it their way. They're keeping their emotions straight, though. That's what's interesting. But they're trying to keep their own power to this situation with the King of Cups. So they're saying, it doesn't matter if you don't see it this way. I am upset with you, but I'm not going to change the way I feel about the situation, because they really do believe somehow or another that this is going to change your life. And it's saying it's not changing your life. This is not going to change anything. And, you're not giving it any kind of, determination and kind of hiding out and ghosting this situation. It's not going to do anything. They're looking for you to change the situation, but you're saying there's not enough clarity or enough understanding to want to change anything. I'm not going to go change anything. So you don't see any kind of big change within this situation. It could be work. It could be anything. It could be the boss who thinks they're going to make $1 million, off profit off of this. And you're going, that's not the way it's going to happen. Guys, take it the way it resonates, because what they're saying is this is going to be the failure to start. This is, what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the failure to finish what one starts. The only reason that there's failure to finish this is because you're saying, I'm not recognizing it anymore. You have the refusal to recognize that this means nothing. This is just lack of vision on their part, and that they're not seeing the whole complete picture of the situation. And it's going to kind of knock that back. So all that's going to do really is just allow you to continue to keep moving towards what's reality and what's real. You're saying, let's go look at the next situation, right? One that's a lot better, that has more hope, one that doesn't, one that doesn't hurt. And, this will bring that stability back within this situation and within this relationship. And it'll make you feel also like you're stepping into that power. Now, here you go, stepping into the power again. So it's saying, I'm stepping into power over this situation, and I will have my ups enough to step back into this. And this time, my friend, you're going to hold the ball, right? You're really going to hold down everything. Because obviously you're saying they dropped the ball. They don't know what they're doing. They're seeing the situation from a different point of view, which is not realistic. And so this time you're saying, no, I have the stability and the power to be able to actually go and do what is right. Do it. Let's do it my way. So Aries, Taurus, you're going to literally take in that stand and say, we can do it my way, because I've looked into everything and I know the way it's going to move. I've already done the meditation. I've already done the homework. This is where the action needs to be taken. Okay, and this is going to actually bring in the Ace of Swords because there's so much clarity to the situation now that you have a better understanding of how the money can grow, where you can, put this, endeavor, whatever it is that's going on around you. So if you felt like you had any kind of decrease within the situation or lost anything, you're definitely going to be able to increase that now and really watch a major increase come through. And then, you'll be able to store that, show it. But, it's actually going to be something that you can actually show. They can't show anything, right? Because it doesn't, for some of you, it doesn't even really exist the way that they're looking at it. So, okay. So however it's going to be done, it's going to prove over time that you can allow this to grow, and you're literally seeing a different point of view and really working on it from a, finding something else. And they'll come back to you, and that's a good thing. They will finally see it your way. But that's actually because you're actually going to show proof that what you're doing is the right thing. That's a lot different from what they're doing. They couldn't show any real proof except for it not moving, it being stalled, it not being realistic, right? Okay. And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.